Shiseido 新升級去紋淨斑 Magic Cream。
Bear with me. Almost there. And voila, here we are. 55th edition of Englishing with James Pepys. And today, we're talking about a plant-based diet. Now, I have to say, just to make it official, I am not vegetarian or vegan. I do like meat. I apologize to all of the vegetarians and vegans out there, and I fully respect your diet. And I think that it's definitely a healthy one. It's just not for this guy. But okay, we're still going to talk about it because it's interesting. Very interesting to me. But first off, as you know, we have to do the coronavirus report and the horoscope, which is always exciting. So, having said that, let's get right to it, shall we? Okay. Okay, why is it not letting me? Come on, Zoom. Don't do this. Struggling. Okay, here we go. Finally. Okay. It's time for that. Oh, I don't know, depressing coronavirus report. But people, it's getting better. It's definitely getting better. Okay. As I speak, we stand at 127,321,712 total cases. Okay, one thing that I definitely can say that's beneficial from the coronavirus report is reading numbers. I have so many students that struggle with reading the big numbers in English. So 127,321,712. It's a big number. Okay, deaths, 2,790,280 total. Okay. The good part, as usual, recoveries, 102,601,873. Okay. Okay, US. My home country, 30,917,142 total cases. 562,013 total deaths, 23,348,510 recovered. And I say this with a grain of salt, 7,006,619 active cases. That is the silver lining of the situation for the United States. That is a low active number for the US. I know it looks humongous, but I've seen it much higher, much higher. Okay. Let's check out where I live. Okay, Serbia, 581,617 total, 5,151 total deaths, 488,992 recovered, and 87,474 active. That's also much better. I think a month and a half ago, we had 350,000 active cases. So not so bad. Okay. Moving on to Asia. It looks like India still leads the pack with 11,971,624 total, 161,586 total deaths. I hate that word. It looks like 11,323,762 recovered and 486,276 active. Okay. We have to scroll so far down to find Hong Kong. Okay, 11,400. Hello, Celia. I'll be right back with you on grain of salt. Okay, I'll just say it. When we take something with a grain of salt, we don't take it too serious. It just seems to me like that number is going to go bigger again. That's why I said it. Okay, Hong Kong has 205 deaths. Grain, Grain. You only forgot the A. And this is a good phrasal verb. 11,040 total recovered and only 201 active cases. This is not bad at all. I say this every week. Okay, Taiwan, 1,022 total cases. Okay, 10 deaths, 979 recovered, 33 active. So small. So small. Okay. That is going to do it for the coronavirus report. Now, we are going to go ahead and look at the vaccine report. Okay. Almost there. Okay, here we go. Let me set this up. Okay, here we go. I still don't know how this is possible, but Israel has 114% of their population vaccinated. Don't know. The United Arab Emirates is sitting at 78.86. They're pretty close. Chile came out of nowhere with 50%. UK is sitting at 47%. US 40%. Serbia 33%. And then it goes on and on. 8, 7. China has 6.77. The world is almost 7% vaccinated. They're going as fast as they can, aren't they? See if we have any other. Hungary's at 26. Oh, looking for some more European countries. Estonia 17, Iceland 17, Denmark 17, Lithuania 17, Turkey at 17. Austria, Finland, Norway. It looks like Europe's all pretty much between 17 and 14, around that area. Amazing. Serbia leads Europe. They have the most, not the most, but the highest percentage. Crazy. Okay, that's going to do it for that. And that brings us in to my boss's favorite segment of the show. We're going to look at some horoscopes, people. All right. As always, we will start with Aries. Almost there. Okay, Aries, get this off of there. All right, the key word for this week is opportunity. Aries, it's like the harvest time that has come early. This week begins with the full moon in Libra on Sunday, March 28th, lighting up your house of relationships. This light brings you clarity around a special relationship. As you see things more clearly, you can take steps to deepen this connection. Soon, you may see some smiling eyes looking back at you. On Monday, March 29th, Mercury in Pisces in your house of intuition forms a conjunction with Neptune, the planet of spirituality. Today's a good day to interact with your angels and guides. You might light a candle and call helpful spiritual family to you. You can ask questions or make special requests. Over the course of the day, you may see signs of their presence. Okay. Moving right along to Taurus. Is this working correctly? Do we see Taurus now? Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. All right, Taurus, there's an abundance of choices for you this week. There is positive energy in several directions. Okay, with Libra, full moon lighting up your house of harvest, over the next few weeks, you may be looking at what your activities have brought you, the positives and the negatives. This analysis can help you decide on a new direction to take. On Monday, March 29th, Mercury in your house of groups and organizations forms a conjunction with fuzzy Neptune. Fuzzy Neptune. It may have been difficult to keep up with groups over the last few months, but now your absence is noticed. It's good to reach out to fellow members with greetings and updates about what you've been doing. This could open up some opportunities for you. Okay. On to Gemini. This week, many roads lead to success. Gemini, you have your choice of how to get there. With the full moon in Libra lighting up your house of fun, romance, and risk-taking, what a combination. Over the next 2 weeks, there are some interesting relationship possibilities. You could be struck by Cupid's arrow. On Monday, March 29th, your planetary ruler, Mercury, is in Pisces at the top of the chart. It moves to form a conjunction with Neptune in your house of career. Mercury represents communication, and Neptune dissolves boundaries. And so your voice could be heard by many more than usual. If you want to increase your social media following, it's a good thing to post right now. Get on IG, people, and you can watch the show at the same time. All right. On to Cancer. All right, Cancer, there are easy ways around obstacles this week. The signs will be clear. With the full moon in Libra lighting up your house of home and family, this emphasis might mean that someone is moving in or moving out. It could mean that the entire family is moving and you are packing up things for the big event. There's also good energy here to consider investing in property. On Monday, March 29th, Mercury in Pisces in your house of religion and spirituality forms a conjunction with mystical Neptune. Today, you could have a magical experience. It's good to do prayer, meditation, or read spiritual texts. You can have an epiphany that changes your thinking process, and you could connect with others of your faith today. Interesting. Okay. On to Virgo. No, what did I do that for? Leo first. I couldn't see. The Leo wasn't, it was hidden. Sorry. Apologize to all the Leos out there. All right. This week many are there to lend a helping hand. Leo, assistance is here. Okay. With the full moon in Libra lighting up your house of communication, now the spotlight is on you. This is a good time to publish your book on Amazon, launch a podcast, or take charge of the meeting at work. On Monday, March 29th, Mercury in your house of resources forms a conjunction with dreamy Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is being described in so many ways. Your intuition is strong and your imagination is amazing. But when it comes to balancing your checkbook, this is not a good aspect. Put off accounting today. Instead, take your sweetheart by the hand and go park in a secluded spot for a little romance. Okay, this is for teenagers. All right, on to Virgo. Virgo, incremental improvements are really paying off. This week, you're working your way to success. With the full moon in Libra lighting up your house of cash money, over the next couple of weeks, you have more opportunities than usual to increase your revenue and to find additional sources of income. On Monday, March 29th, Mercury, your planetary ruler, transiting through your house of relationships forms a conjunction with Neptune in Pisces. You may have a romantic encounter. If you're already in a love relationship, this could be just a really good day of lovemaking. If you are looking for a relationship, this is terrific energy for making a great match. It would be a good idea to go out on online dating sites and wink at people that you find attractive. Okay. Libra. This week, people are lining up to help you. Libra, your dance card could be full. With the full moon in your own sign of Libra, this marks the most important period for you for the year. Over the next 2 weeks, you have a lot of luck and help you can access. You can find a new relationship or a business partnership. Okay, on Monday, March 29th, Mercury in Pisces in your house of daily routines forms a conjunction with visionary Neptune. How many ways can we describe Neptune? Take your journal and sit in the sunshine and write out what your ideal day would be. In doing so, you are aligning with the law of attraction. Okay, on to Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, there are several opportunities for you this week, especially related to your work. This week begins with the full moon in Libra, lighting up your house of intuition and spiritual practices. Over the next couple of weeks, you may want to try your hand at palmistry, channeling, or reading tarot cards. On Monday, March 29th, Mercury in Pisces in your house of fun and romance forms a conjunction with dreamy Neptune in Pisces. There's dreamy again. A romantic evening with your sweetheart is possible. It could be complete with candles and flower petals on the bed. That's so romantic. If you're looking for love, you can find someone with great chemistry who makes your heart pitter-patter in your chest. Oh, that's so nice. Go for it, Scorpio. Okay. On to Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, this week you have more than one road to take to get to where you want to go. With the full moon in the sign of Libra, lighting up your house of community and friendships, this has been a challenging 12 months for someone as gregarious as you, Sagittarius. For the next couple of weeks, there is a focus on reaching out to friends who you haven't spoken to in a while. This could be by text or video conference or occasionally in person. Okay. On Monday, March 29th, Mercury in Pisces in your house of dwellings forms a conjunction with Neptune. You may be uncertain whether you want to stay in your current home. It's possible the universe is giving you signs that it's time to go through plumbing issues. Ooh. If the sink is stopped up or the toilet is overflowing, this could be a sign that it's time to move on. Well, that's a sad horoscope. Okay. Coming up next. What am I doing here? Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. This week, the doors open easily for you the first time you knock. With the full moon in Libra lighting up your house of career, for the next 2 weeks, you are very noticeable in almost everything that you do. This could include things like the actions you take in your job, as well as what you're putting out on social media. Something you say could go viral. You'll want to keep that in mind if you're thinking of posting anything controversial. On Monday, March 29th, Mercury in Pisces in your house of communication forms a conjunction with foggy Neptune. Foggy? I thought it was fuzzy and okay. Today, communications may not be as clear as you would like. Check emails twice before sending and be wary of autocorrect when you're doing your texts. This also means you may not understand what other people are trying to convey to you. So before you assume that your sweetheart has criticized you, check again. Don't be messing up, Capricorn. Jeez. Okay. Next, we have Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, this week you see possibilities. Aquarius, the law of attraction is working for you. Okay. This week begins on Sunday, March 28th. I can't believe I said it. With the full moon in the sign of Libra, lighting up your house of wisdom and spirituality. For the next couple of weeks, focus your energy on your meditation practice, attending church services, or reading sacred texts. It's a great time for you to connect with the universe. On Monday, March 29th, Mercury in Pisces forms a conjunction with Neptune in your house of cash money. Now your intuitive ability and money are very connected. Suppose you have a feeling that one of your accounts has been compromised. You need to trust your gut. It's also a good idea to keep an eye on your purse or wallet when you're out in the world. All right, people, that brings us to the last but not least, which is Pisces. All right, Pisces, this week, as you move towards obstacles, they dissolve before your eyes. Oh, that's so sad. With the full moon in Libra in your house of resources, this lights up different investment possibilities or opportunities to borrow money at a good rate. If you're a business, you might be talking to the Small Business Administration about a loan. Bill consolidation loans could also come in, or financial aid for school. All right, on Monday, March 29th, Mercury in your own sign of Pisces makes a conjunction to warm, fuzzy, beautiful Neptune in your house of physicality. Today, it's a good idea to take it a little easy. In fact, it would be good to take the whole day off. This could be a spa day or just staying home in your pajamas. Okay, that is going to officially do it for the 55th edition. What the heck? One minute. Okay. Never mind on that. It is time. It's officially time for our 55th edition of Vocabulary. But I'm not ready yet. Give me 1 second, peeps. Okay, it is officially time for the 55th edition of Vocabulary. All right, here we go. Our first word of the day. Herbal. Herbal. Say it with me, everybody. Herbal. Very good. The British say herbal. We don't pronounce the H in the United States, just herbal. You can say it either way, herbal or herbal. Same thing. Herbal is a book about plants, especially with reference to their medicinal properties. Or you can say of relating to utilizing or made of herbs or herbs. Okay. Very cool. Okay, our next word is greens. Greens. Say it with me, everybody. Greens. Very good. Okay. Greens are of the color green, covered by green growth or foliage, consisting of green plants and usually edible herbage. Greens, greens, greens. This is the best friend of a plant-based diet person. Definitely. Okay. Word number 3, meatless. Meatless. Say it with me, everybody. Meatless. Yeah, I don't like this one. Okay, meatless is without meat, something that is made without meat. Okay, there's a lot of meatless hamburgers these days. They are completely plant-based and they are not meat. They're meatless. And they're actually really tasty. I do like them. I'll eat it all. I'm not picky. All right, number 4, natural. Natural. Say it with me, everybody. Natural. All right, very good. Natural is being in accordance with or determined by nature. Having or constituting a classification based on features existing in nature. Anything nature is natural. Okay. Number 5, we have animal product. I don't know why. Animal product. Say it with me, everybody. Animal product. Okay. I don't believe it. I'm going to find a definition for animal product. Nope, it's not there. Okay. An animal product is anything that is on the food market that is animal based. Meats from all different animals. So animal product is the opposite of plant-based. Complete opposite. Okay, next on the list we have slaughter. And actually, an animal product can be anything, not just food. It can be any product, to be honest. That was my mistake. Okay, slaughter. We went too far. Okay, whatever. Slaughter. This is a sad one to me, but okay. Everybody say it with me. Slaughter. That's such an evil word. Okay, slaughter, very good. Slaughter is the act of killing. Killing in great numbers of human beings or animals. Slaughter. Exactly. Celia brings up a point. Anything you wear that can be animal based, cosmetics can be animal based, or they can be tested on animals too. So they consider that animal based. Okay. Next we have omnivorous. Omnivorous. Say it with me, everyone. Omnivorous. Okay. Omnivorous is feeding on both animal and vegetable substances. I am an omnivore. I love plants and I love animal meats. Don't hate. They're both really tasty. I can't help it. I love them both. I can't give up one or the other. All right. This is such a tough subject for me. Okay. Number 8, alternative. Alternative. Say it with me, everyone. Alternative. Very good. Very good. Alternative is different from the usual or conventional, offering or expressing a choice. So we can use alternative in the fact that if people don't want to eat meat, there's plant alternatives, right? This goes right into our subject today. Perfect. All right. Number 9, we have nutritious. Nutritious. Say it with me, everybody. Nutritious. Very good. Okay. Nutritious means nourishing. Something that gives you all of the nutrients that you need. Nutritious. And by the way, a plant-based diet can be awful nutritious. Very, very, very nutritious. Much more nutritious than somebody that constantly eats red meat, that's for sure. So I have to agree. Veganism is definitely nutritious. Okay. Ooh, number 10. Detox. Detox. Say it with me, everyone. Detox. That's an easy one to say, I think. Okay, detox is detoxification from an intoxicating or addicting substance. Basically, detox, you get all of the harmful toxins out of your system. This is detox. And detox is good. Okay, number 11, vegetarianism. Vegetarianism, that's a long one. Can you guys say it with me? Vegetarianism. Oh, perfect. Good job. The theory or practice of living on a vegetarian diet. Nothing but plants. I could never do it. But okay, that's me, and this isn't about me. All right, number 12, legume. Legume. Legumes are good, by the way. Say it with me, everyone. Legumes. Okay. We love legumes here in Southeast Europe. Okay, a legume is the fruit or seed of plants of the legume family, such as peas or beans used for food. A vegetable used for food. And I love my beans. So thank God for legumes. Okay. Number 13, macrobiotic diet. We're getting fancy now. Macrobiotic diet. Say it with me, everybody. Macrobiotic diet. Okay, let's see what I can find for this. Okay, of relating to or being a diet based on the Chinese cosmological principles of yin and yang that consists of whole cereals and grains, supplemented especially with beans and vegetables, and that in its especially former, more restrictive forms has been linked to nutritional deficiencies. Okay, macrobiotic can be bad. I didn't know that. I'm educated. Only today. And last but not least, peeps, number 14, and this will wrap up our vocabulary for the 55th edition, agricultural. Agricultural. Say it with me, everybody. Agricultural. Okay, very good. Agricultural is of, related to, used in, or concerned with agriculture. And agriculture is the science, art, or practice of cultivating the soil, producing crops, and raising livestock, and in varying degrees, the preparation and marketing of the resulting products. This is agricultural. Okay, that's going to do her for the 55th edition of Englishing with Jings. Okay. All right, finally, we get to talk about plant-based diet. This is all plant-based behind me. Looks tasty. I could eat all of this. I mean, listen, me personally, I love vegetables. Everything that you see on this table behind me, oh man, I would eat it all. I would eat every bit. The broccoli. Wait, I have to do it like this. The broccoli, the avocado, the beans, way over here. It's so hard to do this when you have to go opposite. Looks like we have some nice either radishes or tomatoes. I'd eat that. Oh my goodness. Some avocado spread. Everything here is great. Love it. What is my favorite green? First off, Celia says I'm not eating carrots. Only not eating carrots. Carrots are great. I'm like a rabbit. I love carrots. My favorite green. Oh, that's so tough to say. Probably avocados. I love guacamole. I really love broccoli, believe it or not, over here, Brandon. Yeah. Cauliflower is great. Peppers are wonderful. You know, I can't say that I don't like vegetables. I like every damn one of them, I think. So it's tough for me to say which is my favorite. I think I would eat it all. I really do. But okay. I have to have my meat. I'm sorry. Coffee. Coffee is not animal-based today. There's no milk in there. Just coffee. So this is plant-based. Coffee, right? Coffee's plant-based. Am I right? Am I right? I'm vegan today. Yeah, baby. Vegan, right, Celia? No, I said no milk. Plant-based. This is vegan. That's the first thing I said. No milk in here. No cow. 100% vegetarian coffee. Doesn't mean that I'm vegetarian. Okay. Let's see what we got on the agenda today for this. Okay. Let's learn about plant-based diets, huh? I actually know quite a bit about plant-based diets, but from my past, I personally was not, but I know a lot of people who are. So, okay. Ooh, this guy, I want to hear what he has to say. He's been vegan for 33 years. Yes, we have to do this one. This guy seems like a super expert. Pardon that. Again? Okay, let me pass this on to the team. I really think we should watch this one. And it's much better when the team plays it than when I play it. So let's hear what this man who's been a vegan for 33 years says. Maybe there's just no sound from me.
I've been eating Plant Strong for over 33 years, and it has fueled me as a professional triathlete, as a professional firefighter, as a father of 3 young children, as a husband, and I can't tell you how delicious it is, how inexpensive it is, and how filling it is. So what I want to do right now is go through what a typical day of meals looks like for me. We'll start with the Rips Big Bowl cereal. This has been my go-to breakfast for 33 years, and probably 6 mornings a week I make this, and then the 7th on Sundays we do Sunday morning pancakes with the kids. So the Rips Big Bowl cereal, we have this commercialized version that's been out for about 10 years. Until we had this, I made my own. And I always love to add fruit to this. It's amazing how many people I talk to, they don't put fruit on their cereal. And it makes it so tasteful, it adds a lot of color. And I'm gonna start right now with some blueberries. I love frozen blueberries, just happen to have some fresh ones right now. And I'm gonna add just, probably half a cup of blueberries. Next, I'm gonna add some grapefruit. Now, this may sound kind of ridiculous, but I learned this from my mother, and you won't believe the kind of flavor that it gives it, and with each bite of the sectioned grapefruit. I've been doing this probably for 20 years, and a day without grapefruit on my Big Bowl cereal is it's a sad day. Next, I got frozen mango slices right here. I find frozen is actually the way to go because you always are assured you're going to get good, ripe mango. You don't cut in and get these big black awful mangoes. And I usually throw this in the microwave for 30 seconds before I throw it in the bowl. And then I do fresh banana. Always have a fresh banana on the Rips Big Bowl cereal. And you can see this thing is starting to take shape. It is absolutely gorgeous, brimming out of the bowl. And then I like to finish it off with some sort of omega-3 superstar. Here we have some ground flaxseed meal. You could use chia seeds. You could use hemp seeds. Any of these are great. A little small handful of walnuts. And I'm going to do that. And lastly, I'm going to top it off with some plant-based milk. Here I have some almond milk, 30 calories a serving, slam dunk right here. I'm going to hose it down.
Almond milk's great, by the way.
And now we are ready to start the day. And there you have it. That's breakfast.
Celia says she's 1 more year experience than this man. And she has a mango allergy. Ooh, that hurts. Allergy. Oh man, mangoes are so good. Stupid commercials.
Okay, let's talk about lunch. We're going to be making a cheesy chickpea
I'm sorry about that,
Celia. And don't run away. When I say cheesy, there's no cheese. It's just kind of cheese-like, but very plant strong. This is a mainstay that we use in our family either for lunches, super quick lunches, or super quick
can you guys
dinners
not eat cheese?
when we're short on time.
I have to
And
ask you that,
I'll show you
Celia.
how right now. Come on. All right, we're going to knock out our cheesy chickpea concoction right now. You only need 4 ingredients, and this thing is done, and I'm not exaggerating, in less than 3 minutes. So the first thing is garbanzo beans or chickpeas. This is a low sodium variety. They're salt free. And you keep, this is the trick. You have to keep the juice of the chickpeas in here. It's called aquafaba. All right. Next we have half, and I'm going to throw that in there right now.
Almond cheese,
All right.
huh?
Next we have half a cup of nutritional yeast.
Not real.
Nutritional
There's no
yeast
way.
is really what
I'll be
gives
the
it
judge.
that
I'll find it. I'll
cheesy
try it.
flavor and bang and creaminess that we all love and adore. This is a tablespoon of whole wheat flour. Throwing that in, and then
use
finish
almond
it
flour
off
too, by the way.
with a little Bragg's liquid aminos, and that's a teaspoon right there. Not much at all. Next thing I'm going to do, if I could get a spoon, that would be very helpful. Thank you very much. And I'm going to mix that together like so. And it's starting to come together. I can smell the aroma of the cheesy chickpeas.
Oh, then you would
It's
love my
just hit
kitchen
my
too.
nostrils.
Nothing
And now
better
we're
than
getting
this one.
super
Except for he has
hungry.
6 burners. That's kind of nice.
Oh, I love making this dish, especially in front of my kids, because they all are clamoring for it.
This guy doesn't.
And now
do
I'm
beautiful
actually,
kitchen.
I
No
like
doubt about it.
mashing it up a little bit. I'm going to turn the heat up just a scooch to about medium. And you can see we are now done. And if you were timing that, I bet you it was less than 2 minutes. All right, there we go. All right, I'm going to let this heat up for about 30 seconds on medium heat. And then I'm going to take you over here and show you what I love to put it on top of. Okay, let's take these cheesy chickpeas and put them to good use. So there's lots of different ways that we can use these. Today I want to put them over some broccoli florets and some whole grain penny pasta. Now, we love frozen broccoli. It's so
frozen.
easy. You just microwave it. It's done in about 2 minutes.
Okay, everything
same
he's
thing
doing
with
is
penny
great.
pasta, right? You
Microwave
just boil it. You can take leftovers that you have. This is what I'm using today. But
Microwave's
typically,
good.
I'll put it over whole grain
Fresh-
rice. I'll put it over
fresh broccoli,
farro.
man.
I'll put it over potatoes. That's the fantastic thing about cheesy chickpeas, is how versatile it is. Now, we usually like to have half of our plate be green leafy vegetables or vegetables in general, and then the other half, it's fine if it's pasta or grains or potatoes. So I'm going to actually put this, not over everything, but I'm going to put this over right about half of what I have in this bowl here.
It does look
And
cheesy,
now
doesn't it?
I can stir it in as I see fit. And then I'm going to top this thing off with a little bit of cracked pepper. And voila.
She's just sucking her stomach.
I've
in.
got the tastiest lunch
That's
ever,
great.
and this was done in less than 3.5, 4 minutes. Okay, next, let me show you another variation on lunch, the open-faced sandwiches.
I would
Now,
definitely.
I
eat it
love the
with
Ezekiel 4-9 bread right here. It passes all the Engine 2 Plant Strong sniff tests when it comes to sodium whole grains and all the like. Next, I'm going to put some no oil hummus on each. This is going to be my go-to,
my
basically,
God, how much
condiment
hummus
right
put
here.
on there, bro.
And you can see this is taking shape nicely. And the reason why we like to do open face sandwiches is because typically bread is very calorie rich. It's about 1,500 calories a pound. And so we don't want to put the lid on our sandwiches. Next, I'm going to put some spinach on here. We always want to find ways to get green leafies into our bodies. They are nutritional powerhouses. They truly are
Superfood.
nature's superfood, calorie light, nutrient dense, loaded with
I love
fiber,
spinach.
omega-3s, nitrates. Love them. And then
Me
I'm
too.
going to
Me too,
next
buddy.
put on some cucumbers. This is an open-faced
cucumbers are
cucumber
great.
sandwich with, again, hummus, spinach, and then these great cucumbers. And you could add anything you want here. I'm going to keep this kind of simple and do it like this. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of mustard on top of that to give it just a little bit of spark. And then I'm going to top it off with this no salt spice blend right here that you can get at any retail store. I think this is Mrs. Dash. And there you have it.
Dash is
So
great.
2 super simple lunch options right there. Cheesy chickpeas over broccoli and pasta, or cucumber open-faced sandwiches. Knock yourself
stuff,
out.
man.
Lunch is
Just
awesome.
no mustard.
All right, it's dinner time.
dinner.
Let's dig in. So I'm going to be making you my sweet potato bowl. This is one of my simple, delicious, filling dinners, or actually lunches, that I've been making, God, for over a decade. So we start with a sweet potato. It doesn't have to be a sweet potato. It could be a new potato. It could be a Yukon Gold potato. But for this, I'm using sweet potato. And then this actually was just cooked in the microwave. And now I'm just mashing it up so I can guarantee that I'm getting a lot of different sweet potato.
Okay,
in
Celia,
every
I know
bite.
that you're
There we
vegan.
go. It's really
Do you
starting to
use the
smell
microwave
nice.
for this kind of
And
stuff?
the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my black beans. These are no salt added black beans. Came in a can.
I have to know.
Right? I'm
I-
not too proud.
God, we don't even own a microwave.
These as
I love
well.
it. Yeah,
Right there, that's about
kills everything. Kills all
half a
the
cup.
nutrients. Most of it.
Next, I'm going
It's
to
like
do some green
nuking your food.
scallions. Gives it a nice flavor with each bite.
Everything he's making looks
Roast-
delicious.
not
but I would
roasted.
just have to
red
use
bell
fresh
pepper right
ingredients.
here. That's about half a bell pepper. And then I am going to do arugula. I love arugula. The longer I've been eating this way, the more I like the bitterness of green leafies. And arugula is an absolute rock star. That's plenty of arugula right there on that bowl. And then I'm going to top it off
We
with
have it
2
in our
items.
fridge
The
right
first
now.
is going to be mango. Everybody loves the mango. This is frozen mango. You know I had it for breakfast. I'm having it for dinner as well. Can't get enough mango. And then a little bit of avocado. This is half of an avocado right here. And I'm going to sprinkle that all over the top.
Man, that looks
That is
good.
our green gold. And next, I'm going to spruce it up with a couple things. First is going to be some lime. Going to squeeze that lime on there. And depending upon the lime you get, you may want to do 2 slices, which I'm going to do. And there we go. It just gives it a nice little kick. And I'm going to do a little bit of Bragg's liquid aminos. Literally just a few drops is all I need. It's really all I want. And then I'm going to top it off with a little bit of salsa. There we go. That's plenty
bit.
right there. And a little
baby.
bit
I like this.
of
guy.
bell pepper. I'm sorry, bell pepper, black pepper. There you go. That's dinner. You've just seen how simple a day of eating Plant Strong can look. All the recipes are on our website. Cannot wait to see what you're making at home.
Okay, I liked it.
Right now, Godzilla's out there and he's
I
hurting people.
completely.
We
would
don't know
eat
why.
Every single thing.
Thanks.
Oh man, I wanted to see the Godzilla King Kong. Okay, we could probably stop that. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about what this gentleman just said. Even as an omnivore like myself, every single ingredient that he used right there, I love it. I love it. Now, I wouldn't put mustard on my vegetable sandwich, my hummus sandwich, but everything else, very edible. Very edible. Let's just say that if we had some kind of an apocalypse and I had my family in the nature, I would love to eat vegetables only. It's a little bit hard to hunt animals if you don't have experience. Now, I do have a little bit of experience from when I was younger, so I would try to gather that protein source. But man, I'd be eating every leaf that I could because vegetables are definitely good, but not so filling. And sometimes you don't get all of the protein that you need unless you add soy or some protein source. That is what makes being a vegan or vegetarian healthy, I think. You have to have protein. You have to have carbohydrates. So, but okay, if you make the right combinations like this gentleman just showed, it can be so delicious. Like I can eat an avocado by itself. That's how much I love avocados. And guacamole, oh man, every time I have a Mexican-based dish, there's guacamole and salsa. So the only thing I don't agree with was, goodness gracious, he used the microwave for everything. And a microwave oven is like a small nuclear device. It basically nukes your food and kills so many of the nutrients, minerals, and vitamins. So that's the only thing I don't recommend from what we just saw. But this man has a great diet and he definitely has some good creations. So kudos, brother. 33 years of goodness. I can see that. But Celia here has been a vegetarian for one more year than this man. 34 years, Celia, if you're listening. That's a long time. I'm going to go ahead and guess that you probably have never eaten meat in your life. That's amazing. That's amazing. I was introduced to meat, as soon as I could chew food, I think. I come from a very high meat eating family. So, but okay, 33.5 years. Wow. That's amazing. That's truly amazing. My mother used to give us vegetables all the time. And just like any other family in the United States, my brothers and my sister would be like, vegetables. And I'm sure I did too. But you know what? I learned to really love vegetables, especially steamed vegetables or grilled vegetables, sauteed. Oh man, stir fried. This is good. Just raw, crunchy vegetables. Nah, I'm okay with that. No thanks. But for example, I love broccoli, but I love broccoli with cheddar cheese added to it. So that's not vegan. That's not vegetarian. I don't know if I could do it. I really don't. I'm sure if I tried hard enough, I could probably accomplish it, but I really love my meats. Okay. Let's find some more material. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, let's see how your brain is on a plant-based diet, huh? Let's check it out. Or we can do, nah. God, this is the shortest one I can find. Okay. Your brain on a plant-based diet. This sounds really interesting to me. And I would like to know how your brain is on a meat-based diet too. All right. Here comes the link to the team. And I'm really excited about this one because I'd like to know how my brain would operate if I only ate plants. So far, I'm just not convinced to become a vegetarian or vegan. I'm just not convinced. I think it would take an apocalypse. I'm just saying. But okay, let's see how our brains are on plants.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good, no, perfect.
Grammarly is cheating, by the way. You have to do it yourself. I love Grammarly, but I had to say it. This is what.
Hey everybody, so the following
Okay.
Plant-Based Disease interview is between Janet Mateki and plant-based doctors Dr. Dean and Aisha Shatsai, who, as mentioned yesterday, have a free and truly epic masterclass, which you can access, as I said, for free via the link down below. Anyway, the first question Janet Mateki asks Team Shatsai, as they're normally referred to, is why as neurologists do they recommend a plant-based diet? Hope you enjoy the interview.
So our journey started about 17 years ago when Aisha and I met in a party. And our first conversation was about dementia. Initially, we went to UCSD, which was the #1 neuroscience program in the country at the time. We did the esoteric work. I came from NIH prior to that, National Institutes of Health. And we did all the work. Aisha did several publications with fMRIs, which are incredibly cool tools. And I did clinical trials and others. And repeatedly, we will see that the mouse models would show evidence, but when translated to humans, it never actually translated to outcome. In fact, 400 mouse models that showed evidence of success never translated to humans. So right around that time, we decided that we wanted to take a different path. So we took the risky path. We went to Loma Linda because it's one of the only blue zones, healthiest place in the world, the Seventh-day Adventist study. I started as the director of Brain Institute there and started research, both in the clinic and in the communities. And we've been involved in 3 of the largest studies, the Adventist Health Study, the California Teacher Study, for which Aisha won the Youngest Researcher Award a few years ago, and the Northern Manhattan Study, Columbia University Study, which Aisha did her fellowship in. And in all of them, when you look at nutrition and brain health, be it stroke, because Aisha is also a stroke specialist, or dementia, repeatedly, whether it's Mind Diet or Dash Diet and others, the dominant feature when you do factor analysis, which is what are the important factors? The dominant one is not chicken, like there's an element of chicken in Mind Diet.
Or cheese.
Or cheese.
Or wine in the Mediterranean diet.
It's not those, not even, it's in spite of those things. And what's the dominant element? It's plants, 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 plants. So to us, which we actually have coined the term preventive neurologists, it's not at all controversial. It's not even close to even, the latest paper came out, Mediterranean versus plant-based. It's not even a close comparison.
Right.
The part of the Mediterranean diet that's effective is the plant-based component.
Right.
So you're actually taking an adulterated version of something and a thing that is beneficial, and then you're matching them. So there's actually no question for us that all neurological conditions, stroke, Aisha published the largest paper in the country, California Teacher Study.
Right. And I was interested in seeing what it meant to consume a Mediterranean diet and what parts of the Mediterranean diet was helpful, and it's always plants. And when you see the scoring system for these dietary patterns, it's, you get a higher score when you eat more unprocessed plants, and you get a lower score when you eat sources of saturated fats, which are meat, chicken, dairy products like cheese. And so the more people ate plants, the lower their risk of stroke was, which is incredible. And you see that pattern over and over again.
Speaking of patterns, I would like to be in the best possible position to not have dementia like Alzheimer's when I get older. It terrifies me. What are some good habits that I should start now so that I can make sure that I'm in the best possible position in the future?
I think one of the most important things as individuals as a community that we can do is to reconsider what we eat, because our food, the nutritional patterns that we follow, is the most important environmental factor. It is something that we put in our body 3-4 times a day if you're eating that much. And everything that goes into our body either makes our brain or breaks our brain. Now, the brain is an incredible organ. It's only about 3 pounds, 2% of the body's weight, and at any moment, it can consume 25% of the body's energy. And, we always joke and say the rest of the body is there to support the brain. And this tiny little organ that feels like hard jello when you hold it in your hand, it is essentially not just an organ, it is us. It is who we are. It is our personality, our emotions, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about others. It's about love and art and history. And for us to be able to take care of this beautiful of organs every single day, and to know that we are going to be able to prevent diseases like Alzheimer's disease, why wouldn't we do it? And again, study after study comes back and tells us that if people consume a plant-based, unprocessed plant-based diet, their risk of Alzheimer's disease goes down significantly. We have studies from, for example, from Rush University, where a MIND diet, which is predominantly a plant-based diet, when people consume that diet, the plant-based component of it, they reduce their risk of Alzheimer's disease by 53%. We have studies from the Kaiser Permanente study that showed that if saturated fats, which are found in meat, chicken, and dairy, if they're consumed less, the chances of developing dementia falls to, you reduce by 57%. And that's just making changes to your diet. Imagine if you include things like good sleep or exercise and stress management and keeping one's mind active. But that's the power of diet on brain health.
其實我係一個好識字徒。
Both could travel back in time and go to a dinner party with your grandparents. What would you make sure to share with them about your work?
Wow, I'm going to get emotional about that. Our grandparents, we both had grandparents who are our role models. And we lost them to Alzheimer's disease. They were brilliant people. My grandfather was a surgeon who went into politics, and he was responsible for rewriting the Constitution, and he worked towards women's empowerment. And Dean's grandfather was a minister of education, highly educated person. But despite their education and their cognitive prowess, Alzheimer's hit them really hard because we saw, as children, and we heard that they didn't necessarily have the healthiest lifestyles, and they ate poorly. I remember my grandfather had processed meat all the time, and so is the Dean situation. And so if we go back and if we have a conversation with our grandfathers, I would tell him about so much hope for the diseases that he, as a surgeon and as a physician, encountered, that back then they would just throw up their hands in the air and say, well, there's really nothing that we can do about it, and give him hope and give him a picture of the possibilities that we have, whether it's public health or medicine in general.
The first conversation we had was about our grandparents. And the first thing we remember is the suffering in a very dignified way, because Alzheimer's takes little bits of you. It's a thief that takes little bits of you. Yeah. You see the discomfort where they can't remember something in front of a crowd, where they say something wrong in front of a group or family. That anxiety and fear, and people who are powerful, is the worst thing to see. So for them to know that, for them and for many others that they had seen prior to them, this can be avoided by simply changing what's on our plates. Not as a judgment. This is not a judgment. We don't believe in judgment. We believe in positive, beautiful change on our plates.
You've mentioned in the past that looking at the world of nutrition and medicine in a binary way is both dangerous and unhealthy. Can you please explain why?
Data can be absolute. Although it's not usually, but data can be absolute. But humans are not. Human application is not. And sometimes going from seminar to seminar, from talk to talk, we lose ourselves in the binary nature of things. When I go to communities, when Aisha goes to communities, if we say eat just this way because it said so, and don't take the complexity into consideration, we will not only have failed that person, but what we call as a nuclear landscape. When people come to you, when they listen to you in any venue, in any situation, they're not calling you a leader, but you're leading them. Leader has an incredible responsibility, not for that conversation, but for the wake that it leaves behind. If you approached it in a wrong way, in an arrogant way, in a top-down way, in a non-listening way, and not in a communicative way, and not a receptive way, or applied something that was not cognizant of their limitations, their resources, you failed. That person might be so kind and gentle that they might not tell you, but they're going to go home. First of all, they're going to feel terrible about themselves. Yeah. They're going to fail it, and they'll not approach anybody like you for a long time. You've created a nuclear landscape of leadership. The next person can't go there. So when we see talking heads starting fights over nutrition, over small little matters like olive oil, they haven't been in front of people. They've never stood in front of a family where they've had 2 strokes. It's much bigger. And even when you talk about the animal kingdom and the planet, the battle is much more successful if you can bring people as opposed to pull people. If you can have a conversation as opposed to hammer away. That's why it's pivotal that we don't approach human endeavors in binary ways, that we approach human endeavors in the complexity that it deserves.
Plant-based nutrition can oftentimes be seen as a very serious subject. We're diving into the data, we're looking at all the impacts it has on personal health, animal welfare, the planet. What are some ways that we can remember that plant-based eating is also fun and enjoyable?
Wow. So I'm very passionate about that topic. I feel that food is not just food. Food is not something that we put in our body. Food is the most beautiful of arts because it involves so much of our senses. It's smell, it's taste, it's vision, and it's touch, of course. And I went to cooking school because I think one of the most important public health lessons is to be able to cook. Really, I mean, it sounds dramatic, but if we're all able to learn how to cook maybe 3 to 4 meals, I think we're going to shift our healthcare tremendously. People are afraid of going to the kitchen because I think we just don't have that kind of a lifestyle that supports that beautiful art and that beautiful task. Everybody's in a rush. Everybody's hurrying up. Everybody wants to go to a drive-through to get food because it's always considered as something as an afterthought almost. Everything else takes precedence and food is an afterthought. Oh, I just have to fill up my belly and get along with my life and so on and so forth. And so coming from the science part where we see the interaction of these beautiful micro and macronutrients and how it interacts with our blood vessels, with our cells, trying to create a picture in everybody's minds about the importance of the food choices that they make, and then come up with the final statement to say, it is really important to eat healthy food. And the way you can do it is have control over it. Have the tools ready at your home, that you have the capacity to create a beautiful meal to nourish your body. And I think it's a perfect form of self-love. Everybody wants to go to a resort or a spa or go to a therapist. I think eating good food is the best therapy.
老闆最怕係乜？
I love the Chinese commercials, by the way. That's it? Oh, I thought there was more. Okay. Wow. This last video had a big impact on me. Okay, although my family is not prone or we don't have a history of strokes or dementia, there have been a few of my family members that have acquired this disease later on in life. So that does scare me a bit. I did have to interact with my father the last 5 years of his life while he was battling dementia. And it's tragic. It really is. So now I'm educated that if my father would have had a vegetarian diet, maybe at least for the last 20 years of his life, maybe he would still be here right now. But honestly, he lived to be 87 years old. So I think that that's a pretty long, healthy life. But man, I never knew that it was that crucial for your brain to eat so many vegetables. I mean, okay, some meals are healthy, some are not. Every meal helps your brain in some way, but obviously plants are very productive for your brain activity and functionality. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind. Okay, will I become vegan or vegetarian? Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Will I incorporate more vegetables and leafy greens in my diet? I think so, just in case. You never know. Yeah. Wow. Now, the funny thing to me is if we would have tried to force or convince our father to eat vegetables only, he would have laughed. He had to have his steak. He had to have his hamburgers. He loved to eat hot dogs. He loved to eat processed meats from the deli. Okay, he still ate some salad and he did eat some vegetables that my mother would prepare, but I'd say 75% was meat-based. So did the meat give him dementia? Who's to say? Who's to say? Could he have prevented it by eating all vegetables or more vegetables? Possibly. I can definitely say that I've been eating more vegetables in my life than he did. So maybe I have a better chance. But nonetheless, I still eat a lot of meat. So maybe this is terrible. Golly, I wasn't supposed to have this subject and start thinking about changing my diet. No. I feel healthy. I don't know. this was really good. Really good. This opened my eyes a little bit. Like I said, I don't think I could go full veg, but maybe 75% veg. I think that I eat meat at least every other day, sometimes every day. So, okay, and also, and maybe this will be a good show for the future, my particular blood type does not agree with red meat. My particular blood type, the only meat that's good for me is lean meat, like turkey and some chicken, white meat chicken. So I'm not even supposed to be eating red meat, but it all tastes so good. What can I say? Okay, this was great. I'm really satisfied with this. I had a lot of fun and I've learned some things. Please, since we had only had one person come to the IG, leave me some comments. Let me know how you feel about vegetarianism and plant-based diets. Are you vegetarian? What are your favorite meals when it comes to veganism and vegetarianism? Leave some comments below. And also, before we go, I have to promote Jing's Learning, people. We are here right now, 24 hours a day. The website is open. You will not regret your decision to improve your English through Jing's. We improve your English through conversation. You will have help with grammar, sentence structure, new vocabulary, pronunciation. We hit every aspect of the English language through conversation. It is truly miraculous how much you can learn through conversation. So don't hesitate. If you're serious about improving your English, come to the website. We will leave the links below. It was my honor to give this 55th edition of Englishing with Jing's plant-based diet. I had a lot of fun. I learned a little, and I'm going to put that in my cap. So we'll definitely have to incorporate some of these things that we learned today in my life. Okay. Everybody have a great week. We will see you next Sunday, same time, with big number 56. Until then, everybody have a fabulous week, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.